Hello, welcome to the ALSO workshop with the subject of sustainability at HP. First, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Siegfried Diewald. I'm the Sustainability Country Manager for the German-speaking country, so Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And in a secondary role, I'm also a certified RBA lead auditor. So this involves social audits in order to ensure that our suppliers do comply with our HP supplier code of conduct. Sustainability at HP. So this involves actually three areas. So planet, people, and community. In the planet section, we'd like to ensure that all aspects in regards to ecological sustainability are being addressed, like, for example, use of recycled materials, reduction of CO2 emissions, energy efficiency, and so forth. In the people section, we'd like to ensure that the workers in our supply chain are being treated with dignity and respect, that they have a safe working place, and of course, most important, do have the possibility to choose their work freely. In the community section, we will make sure that in the areas or in the communities where we work and where we do business, we do provide some support to these communities. So this involves support on a worldwide basis, but also on a very local basis. Here, a picture outlining some KPIs, key process indicators of programs and processes which underline our leadership in the sustainability area, just to name two of them. For example, up to date, we used more than 450 tons of recycled material in order to produce plastics material in our products, as well as ink cartridges or toner cartridges. A second topic, for example, is in the community area, that with our education programs, I'll go to this about this a little more in detail later on. With our education programs, we reached about 28 million students with our programs and enable them to take courses in order to achieve a better learning outcome. In regards to the planet, our overall goal is to transform our business into a circular economy, and at the same time to ensure that we do use as less as possible energy, and as such emit as less as possible CO2. And of course, at the same time, we would like to ensure that our customers can reach their sustainability goals by using our services and products as well. In regards to our planet, we actually divide our programs into before use, during use, and after use. In the before use area, we ensure that our products are designed to be as energy efficient as possible. Also, that packaging, for example, is being used in a most sustainable way. Transportation is a key process as well. So we would like to make sure, and actually we will make sure, that our products are being transported in the most energy efficient possible way. During the use, we like to ensure that our products are as energy efficient as possible. This is being certified or underlined, that quite a large number of our products are being certified according to several eco labels. Here, an example is the EPEAT eco label. And after use, we'd like to ensure that products are, if possible, can be reused again. So as such, we do have some respective programs to ensure this. And in case products are no longer possible to be used, then of course we'd like to ensure that products are being recycled in a responsible manner, as such that the recycled materials can be reused again in producing products of HP. A main program to ensure all this is our Design for Sustainability program. This is, in a nutshell, a management system approach in order to include on a systematic in a systematic way that all aspects of sustainability are being taken care of during the design phase of a product. So things like that a product is being produced or is being built to be repairability friendly. So it means that a product can be quite easily being repaired, or that social sustainability is being built in, if I may say so, as well. Also that the product is being designed to be as energy efficient as possible and as durable as possible. Also would like to ensure that we use new materials, so innovative materials, in order to ensure that overall the product is as sustainable as possible. In regards to recycling, I'd like to share with you a very nice program, our Haiti recycling program. First, some background. In Haiti, as you might know, a earthquake destroyed more or less entirely the entire water supply on the island of Haiti, and as such, the water supply is really being done using water bottles, and that's how the island is actually looks like. Means it's let's say you can find all the water bottles around the island, and this is a real kind of a material kind of pandemic on the island. So we decided to implement a program together in cooperation with a local organization to hire people who collect all these empty water bottles. Those empty water bottles are being taken to a recycling center. In the recycling center, the bottles are being shredded, and those plastic flakes are being shipped to our resin manufacturing plants in the US and in Canada, which produce plastic resin with which we produce products like our ink cartridges, toner cartridges, and plastic materials or plastic parts for all of our HP products. There's a second component to this program, which I like quite a lot, which is a social component. Due to the fact that those people are being hired on a local basis, they do earn some money, and as such can spend their living, in a nutshell, means they can pay their rents, they can pay enrollment of their kids to school and so forth. So this really combines two aspects of sustainability, an ecological aspect as well as a social aspect. And due to this, I find this program quite fortunate. We also provided a short video about the Haiti program. So if you like, will have the possibility later on to watch the video. Here a picture of some personal system products as well as a print cartridge, which should outline that in a number of products, a variety of products, we already include recycled materials, not only plastics, but also recycled metals or recycled DVDs with which we produce, for example, keycaps. Here an overview of these products, just to mention some: the HP Elite Dragonfly, or some Setbook Studio and Create series, as well as the HP EliteBook series 1800 and X360s do contain recycled materials already. Also in our print products, sustainability is a key factor. We make sure that our print products do use as less as possible energy, and this is also being certified by some EPEAT certification. So for some of our products, printing products, we do have the silver and gold EPEAT eco label. Also in our print products, we use quite heavily recycled materials, specifically recycled plastics. In concerning packaging, we make sure that in the packaging of our printing products, we no longer use plastic cushions, but cushions made out of molded fiber, which is a very environmental friendly protective device. In our closed loop recycling, we also make sure that in the cartridges, means in the toner as well as ink cartridges, we use those closed loop recycled plastic materials. And last but not least, we do have some continuous or tank print systems already on the market, which no longer need any kind of cartridge. So it's a continuous toner and a continuous ink system. So all this in a summary outlines that sustainability in our print products is also a very high value. Now I'd like to talk about the HP Straw Pallet program. This is a very specific program. I also think this is a very nice program. First, some background. Straw is not being used in China like in Europe in the farming area. In China, straw is simply burned. So this is a huge contribution to the pollution in China. And due to this, we founded a program and a project together with a local company in order to use straw a little more other than just burning it. So we decided to produce pellets out of straw. So since we implemented these programs in 2017, we already made more than 140,000 pellets out of straw, and as such use more than 6,200 tons of straw, which is a great contribution to reduce the pollution in China. And secondly, also due to the fact that we are now using in the Asian area straw-based pellets, it's no longer needed to purchase wood-based pellets. So this is also a very, very good contribution in the area of sustainability. Now I'd like to introduce to you some very ambitious and bold goals, which HP just recently announced. These goals are all in the area of planet, divided into 3 sections: carbon emissions, forests, and circularity. So in area of the carbon emissions, our top goal is that we'd like to be net zero carbon neutral in our entire value chain by 2040. And an interim goal we set ourselves is that with 50% of our value chain, we'd like to be carbon neutral until 2030. So this is a real bold goal, and I'm happy that HP actually took this goal and is proceeding to reach it. In the area of circularity, we'd like to ensure that by 2030, 75% of our products and packaging is being used in a circle, means we implemented for those a circle economy. And last but not least, in the forest area, we'd like to make sure that by 2030, any paper which is being used by customers using our printers, we counteract the deforestation for those papers. So this is also a very, very bold goal, and we are underway in order to implement programs to actually reach this goal until 2030. In the area of people, as I said, we'd like to ensure that our supply chain is ethical and sustainable. So we would like to make sure that every person in our supply chain is being treated with dignity and respect, and that we ensure that our commitment does not end on the factory floor, but is going beyond. Means we work together with factory management teams in order to ensure, for example, that programs are being installed on a factory basis to train workers in the factory about their rights, about work security in all these areas, so to really make sure that workers in our supply chain are being protected. And last but not least, one of our strategy here in this area is that we'd like to reach out to various stakeholders such as associations, NGOs, governments, and so forth, in order to use our market power to implement sustainable improvements in this area as well. Our number one tool to ensure a social supply chain really is our HP Supplier Code of Conduct. This is a very comprehensive, a very broad code of conduct, On the left-hand side, you can see the four basic elements of it: labor, environment, health and safety, and ethics, and the management system, which, let's say, oversees all this. On the right-hand side, you see the various norms, laws, publications, and so forth, which all of them went into the definition of the code. Just to name some of them: the ILO standards. So ILO stands for the International Labor Organization. Those international standards really ensure rights for workers on a worldwide basis. So things like no forced labor, no child labor, and so forth. But also management systems like the ISO 14001 management system for the environment, or OSAS 18001 management system for health and safety. All these systems have been included into the code as well. And last but not least, the Dodd-Frank Act, which is a US a law in order to ensure no conflict minerals in products. So that is a section or a law which has been included into the ethical area. It's also important to mention that we do not only inform our suppliers about the HP Supplier Code of Conduct, but also make sure that our suppliers do comply with it. So we use own auditors as well as third-party auditors in order to conduct audits to ensure compliance to our code on a worldwide basis. Beyond our Supplier Code of Conduct, we also have several further codes or standards like the Foreign Migrant Worker Standard. This is, in a nutshell, a standard to ensure no forced labor in our supply chain. Our Student Dispatch Worker Standard should ensure basic rights of students and apprentices in our supply chain. In a nutshell, this is a mirror, let's say, of typical laws which we are having in almost any country in Europe. In order to protect students, like, for example, that students and apprentices should not work weekend shifts, should not work night shifts, and so forth and so forth. Such kind of legislation regulation is not available in the Asian area, and due to this, we saw the need to establish a standard which outlines these kind of requirements in the Asian area. Last but not least, our general specification for the environment is a very comprehensive document. It outlines any substances or materials which we do not want to have in our products, as well as any substances or chemicals which should not be used in producing our products. So as you can see, this is a very comprehensive set of standards and directives to our suppliers to ensure social sustainability and also ecological sustainability in our supply chain. In our communities, we'd like to strengthen our communities. So means education is a very important subject for us, and we would like to make sure that we do have proper education programs which are cost-free to be used, and also at the same time want to ensure that the communities in which we work and do business, that the resilience of those communities is being increased. One example of a worldwide program is our HP Live program. HP Live is an internet-based e-learning program, so it means anybody worldwide has a possibility to cost-free, means free of charge, take courses on this platform. So those courses are around IT skills, administrative skills, engineering skills, and so forth. So as I said, those are free of charge. The only prerequisite is that you have a respective PC and an internet connection. And this program, once you should enable people to take those courses, and once they took the courses successfully, they will get people will get a certificate which enables them to, for example, take a higher positioned job in their company for which they're currently working, or to enable them to found their own companies. And that's quite a big number of feedback which we are getting in regards to our HP Life program, is that people, since they educated themselves to a higher degree, this enabled them to found companies in their communities where they live, which is a very good result of our HP Life program. But also there are programs very local. For example, in HP Germany, we had an activity that that my supply chain management colleagues took the effort and repaired trikes in a school for handicapped pupils. And you also need to know that HP allows each employee to conduct social work to a maximum of 4 hours per month, and to value these 4 hours as working time. As such, overall, this is a huge contribution on a worldwide basis as well to the communities in which HP is located, where we live and conduct business. It's not only us saying that we are one of the most sustainable company on the planet. It's we are getting recognition for that and appreciation for that from third parties as well. Here you see a picture of several certificates and recognition. I just like to highlight 2 of them. Top left, you can see EcoVadis. EcoVadis is a rating organization who rates companies on their programs in order to establish a responsible supply chain. And as you can see, we got the platinum recognition from EcoVadis. The platinum recognition is being given only to the top 1% of all companies which EcoVadis rated so far. So this is a very valuable recognition. We are very proud of this, as well as CDP on top, bottom left. CDP, Carbon Disclosure Project, is an organization who rates companies based on their programs and contribution to reduce CO2 emissions, so in the climate area, but also in the area of forest and water. And for all of these 3 areas, we got their highest recognition, which is the A rating. And on the little, let's say, picture left to the CDP icon, you can see an outline of our recognition compared to our competition. And here's also, you can see that it's only HP who got in all of these 3 areas the highest recognition, the A recognition. In case you would like to get more materials on sustainability from HP, I'd like to encourage you to visit the HP Asset Hub or HP Sales Central. Just put into the search function sustainability, and you will get various possibilities to retrieve materials such as presentation, video, certifications, and so documentation and so forth in regards to HP sustainability programs. Also, another means to get answers to questions, or any questions question around sustainability, is our Sustainability and Compliance Center, the SCC. Their generic email address is sustainability@hp.com. So in case you've got any question around the area of sustainability, just give the question to our SCC team. As the SCC team has got some turnaround time, you see this on this picture as well, but I can assure you that you will get a very qualitative and a very high level answer for any question around sustainability which you might have. Also on what we do provide via the HP Sales Central possibility is various purchasing guides, which should enable you to help your customers in order to compose tenders. So in all of these guides, like HP products, personal systems, as well as print products, as well as our sustainability products, we do have criteria outlined in these guides, which could be used in tenders. In these guides, we explain why these criteria are important, what could be a possible response to these criteria, and how they can be included into tender. So I'd like to encourage you as well to make use of these guides. Last but not least, I'd like to present to you the HP Amplify Impact program. This is a very specific program for all of our partners, which we would like to, with which we would like to ensure that our partners as well do let's say do grow in the area, in all the areas of sustainability, means planet, people, and community. The programs consists of, let's say, 3 stages or sections. So the general Amplify Impact partner has got basic access to all possible trainings, of course, to our SEC, as I mentioned before, to training programs via HP Live, to our HP Planet Partner Program, and so forth. The next level of Amplify Impact partner is the so-called Catalyst partner. So the Catalyst partners needs to sign a pledge to make sure that they commit to join us in the sustainability journey. What we do provide here in the Catalyst section is the possibility for an assessment, which assesses all the sustainable programs which you as a partner might have. And based on assessment, of course, you are being provided with a report which outlines opportunities in the sustainable area to grow. The top partner section in this area is the changemaker section. On top of all the items which we outline in the catalyst area, we require here in the changemaker area partners to create their own sustainable plan in order to implement a systematic approach to grow in the area of sustainability. We also require that partners in the changemaker area do make sure that 30% minimum 30% of their employees are being trained in the area of sustainability, and this is of course also true for the partner sales forces. So means also in this area, 30% of the sales forces should be trained in the sustainability area. In order to do so, we do provide access to these trainings in order to ensure that people in your area really can grow in the area of sustainability. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, in case you've got any question around sustainability at HP, please contact sustainability@hp.com or contact your HP account manager, account partner, who will take the question or take your concern to the sustainability team in order to make sure that you do get an answer. Last but not least, I'd like to wish you a great further day. Hope you will have other, let's say, very good sections in this event, and would like to say goodbye. Bye bye.